Hi, Harry. Today we're going to explore what really brings JavaScript objects to life, methods, and something closely connected to them, the keyword this. Don't worry, we'll figure it all out step by step.
Methods. I've seen that word, but I'm not really sure what it means.
Let's figure out together. We already touched on this a bit when we talked about method shorthand. Remember when we made a cat object and gave it a say-meow method with parentheses? A method is simply a function that lives inside an object.
Yeah, that was the function inside the object that made the cat meow in the console. Wait, so a method is just a function?
Exactly, but it belongs to the object. Think of it this way. If an object is a person, methods are what that person can do, like walk, talk, or wave a hand. Or, since I know you love playing PlayStation, imagine the object as like a game character. It has its own stats, like strength, agility, and health level. Those are the properties. And it has abilities, run, jump, attack. Those are the methods. Methods are actions this hero object can perform.
Oh, so it's like properties describe the person and methods describe the actions?
Exactly. If name is a property, then say hello might be a method. It's something the object can do.
That's actually pretty cool. So how do we write one?
Great question. Let's imagine you have a user object. You give a name, and then you add a method called greet.
Like, it can say hi.
Exactly. Here's the idea. Inside the object, you create a key like greet and assign it a function.
So it looks like this: greet : function, parentheses, then open curly brace, and inside console.log, open parentheses, quote hi, exclamation mark, quote, close parentheses, and then close curly brace?
Yes, that's the long way. But in modern JavaScript, there's a shorter way, the ES6 style.
Another shortcut?
Yep, you can skip the word function. Just write greet, open and close parentheses, then curly braces.
All right, that does look better. Can this greet method somehow use the user's name?
Now you're asking the fun part. This is where the keyword this comes in.
Oh boy, I've seen this before, and it confused me.
You're not alone. Here's the simplest way to think about it. Inside a method, this refers to the object it's in.
So this .name would mean the object's name?
Exactly. Let's say the user's name is Maria. If the method says console.log, open parentheses, quote hi, I'm space, quote, plus sign, this .name, close parentheses, then it will print, hi, I'm Maria, in the console.
All right, that actually makes sense. So it's like, hi, the object.
Yes. Think of it like someone pointing to themselves and saying, this is me. That's what the object is doing.
I think I'm starting to like this.
Just wait, it gets even better. You can add as many methods to your object as you like. Want a method to say goodbye or to tell a joke? Go for it.
So methods are like the object's personality?
Exactly. They let objects do things, not just store things.
And one last thing. If I create two users, will their methods work the same way?
Yes. As long as each object has its own properties and methods, this always refers to the object calling the method.
So if I run user1.greet, open and close parentheses, it refers to user1. And if I run user2.greet, open and close parentheses, it refers to user2.
Bingo! You got it.
I really feel smarter now.
That's because you are. And next, we'll take this even further with some cooler tricks.
Can't wait. Keep going. This is fun and really useful.
All right, let's keep going with our JavaScript journey.
Okay, so if it refers to the object, does that mean it always works the same way?
Almost, but there's a catch. This behaves a bit differently depending on how and where you use it.
Oh no, that sounds like a trap.
It's not a trap, more like a magic mirror. It reflects who called the method.
Wait, explain that part again.
Sure. Imagine this. You write a method inside an object. When you call that method from the object, this points to the object. But if you take that method and run it somewhere else, it might not work the way you expect.
So it's like, The method forgets who it belongs to?
That's a perfect way to say it. Let's say you copy the method to another variable. When you call it, this might become undefined, or even point to something else.
Why does that happen?
Because it depends on the calling context. If you lose the link to the object, this has no idea where to point.
That sounds risky.
It can be. But once you understand how it works, it's fully under your control. You just need to make sure you're calling the method through the object, not on its own.
Like, never let a method wander alone in the wild?
Ha, exactly. Always keep it close to home.
So in this case, context is everything.
Right. And here's something fun. Inside arrow functions, this behaves differently.
Wait, how?
Arrow functions don't have their own this. They use this in the surrounding code, wherever they were written.
So, not from the object.
Nope. If you use an arrow function as a method, this might not point to the object, and that can break your logic.
Oh. So using regular functions is safer for object methods?
Exactly. Regular functions give you this you expect, the object itself. Arrow functions are great, just not as methods inside objects. We'll dive deeper into them a bit later.
Got it. Use regular functions for methods, unless I want chaos.
Haha, right. And chaos is not a great coding strategy.
So what if I want to borrow a method and use it somewhere else?
Great question. You can do that, but you'll need to use bind call or apply to set this manually.
Oh, that sounds complicated. What are those?
They are, and we'll break them down in another episode. But for now, here's a simple idea. Bind call and apply our special JavaScript methods that let you control what this refers to. In other words, which object the method should work with. Bind creates a new function where this is already locked to a specific object. You can save it and call it later.
Still sounds kinda tricky.
Don't worry, we won't dive into them just yet. When the time comes, we'll go step by step. It'll make total sense.
So for now, stick to calling methods from their object. That way, this behaves.
Exactly. And here's a fun tip. The console can help you practice.
You mean, just writing objects and calling methods?
Exactly. Create a simple object, give it a method, and log this inside.
Like a mini lab.
Exactly. JavaScript is your playground. Try breaking things on purpose. That's how you really learn.
I like that. Controlled chaos.
That's the best kind of chaos.
All right. I'm ready to try it out.
Yes. Once you practice this enough, it really clicks, even if it feels a little fuzzy right now.
Got it. I'm all in. I want to understand it completely.
All right, Harry. Now it's time to try it out yourself. Let's see how it works in action.
Okay, I'm ready. Give me a challenge.
Great. Let's start with 3 variables: title, author, and year. Imagine these are about a book. Try putting them into an object.
All right. I'd create an object like title, author, year.
Exactly. That's the traditional way. Now try using a method to print this info. For example, a method called describe.
Okay, I do. Describe function, parentheses, curly braces, console.log inside with the data.
Perfect. And now, can you use this inside your method to access the properties?
Yes, like this .title, this .author, this .year.
Bingo! You're getting it.
Nice. Now what about adding another method? Like a method to say, thank you for reading.
Go for it. Add a method called thankReader that logs a message.
Like thankReader, open parentheses, curly braces, console.log, open parentheses, quote, thanks for reading, quote, close parentheses, and close curly brace.
Exactly. The more you practice writing and calling methods, the easier this becomes.
Okay, and now let me try using this in a different way. What happens if I assign my described method to another variable and call it?
Try it and see what happens.
Okay. Whoa. It says undefined. Why?
Because you called the method without the object, and this lost its context.
Oh, right. This needs the object to know what it's referring to.
Exactly. That's why keeping the method attached to the object is so important.
So if I want to use it somewhere else, I should bind it?
Yes, you can use bind to lock in the object for this. We'll go deeper into that soon.
Got it. I feel like I'm finally starting to get this.
You are. You really are.
And I actually like it now. Once I understood how this works, it's kind of fun.
That's the magic. It's confusing at first, but once it clicks, it's powerful.
So can I try creating my own object now, with methods?
Absolutely. Here's your task. Create a fake profile for yourself. Add properties like name, age, and hobby. Then add 2 methods, one to introduce yourself, and one to say your favorite hobby.
Okay, so like name:Harry, age:22, hobby:gaming. Then method 1 could log, "Hi, I'm Harry," and method 2, "I love gaming."
Perfect. And use this inside the methods. Don't forget.
Right, this.name, this.hobby. I got it.
You've come a long way. Remember, Harry, the best way to master JavaScript is to keep practicing.
Even if I mess up.
Especially when you mess up. Mistakes are how we learn the fastest.
All right. Then I'll write a few profiles and mess up proudly.
Haha, I love that energy.
Thanks, James. This was one of the most helpful things we've done so far.
And it's just the beginning. We'll build on this. And soon you'll be writing objects like a pro.
Can't wait. Off to the console now.
Go get future JavaScript wizard.